For the next fireside chat is with Dawn Whaley from Sharecare. Could I please welcome Dawn to the stage, please? Hopefully.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dawn Whaley. I'm president of Sharecare, which is a digital health company. I was going to start with just a few slides to give you some context on the company before we have our chat. So basically, I've spent the last 25 years in the technology sector. I've done about 4 different startups, with Sharecare being the latest. We actually, in 2008, sold a company called How Stuff Works to Discovery Channel. And we were there for about a year, and we were introduced to Oprah, who introduced us to Dr. Oz. And ultimately, they kind of inspired us to get back into healthcare. Our CEO, his name is Jeff Arnold, he was the original founder and CEO of WebMD. So this was kind of like the second bite at the apple. We started the company in 2010, and we have been on a very rapid growth trajectory. So launched in 2010, we have 2,600 employees. We've raised $320 million from everybody, including Oprah, to HCA, one of the largest for-profit hospital systems in the United States, to HMSA, which is the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Hawaii. So what Sharecare is we basically use technology to create a personalized experience for the individual to optimize their health. So not only have we had a lot of rapid growth, we've been able to achieve that through 11 acquisitions. So in 5 years, we've acquired 11 companies, and the idea is that we wanted to create one comprehensive platform to deliver on that personalized health experience. And in order to do that, we needed a lot of technologies that we could put together into one platform. So we've acquired these companies, and we've been working fast and furiously on integrating them into one holistic platform. The way that we differentiate ourselves, because there's a lot of players in the market right now, is we put the person at the center. So we're not thinking about it from the standpoint of what we want the health plan to do to the member or what we want the doctor to do to the patient. We're thinking about what the individual needs to do to optimize their health and how to connect in those other stakeholders. So our platform delivers on a premise of messaging, motivation, management, and measurement. It's an app. It's an app on your phone. It's a website, but ultimately it's a comprehensive platform that delivers all your health in one place. Just to give you a sense of how big we're thinking as we continue down this trajectory, right now our 3 big strategic growth objectives are, like I said, build one platform to deliver all your health in one place. We want to, and by 2020, achieve 100 million active users, generate $1 billion in annual revenue, which we're about a third of the way there right now, and ultimately create very risk-shared models for the sector. So instead of right now our primary model with the health plans and large employers that use our platform to optimize their population's health is, they pay us on a per member per month basis. But ultimately, we want to participate in the upside of the savings that we're going to be able to create for those customers. Okay?
Thank you.
Let me scooch over.
Yeah. Hi.
Okay, perfect.
You talked about how you want to, how you differentiate Sharecare. It's about the user at the heart of the whole plan. Could you perhaps expand a little bit on that, on what the user gets?
Yes. So basically within the platform, we have everything from a health risk assessment called Real Age, which 48 million people have completed that assessment. So it tells you what your body's age is relative to your chronological age. And then it starts to deliver tips and tricks on how you can lower your real age and optimize your health. So we have a health risk assessment. We have 200,000 pieces of content to deliver on that personalized experience, including 26,000 videos that we've created. We have a decision support into the app. So you basically pick it up and you say, I have a migraine, and it tells you what likely causes. And then if you're a health plan member that they've purchased Sharecare for you, then it'll tell you actually where you can go get treated. So I mean, it's literally everything you need to manage your health at wherever you are on your health journey. So if you're a marathon runner and you just want to measure your steps and make sure you're maximizing your day, and we call that getting a green day, where you're taking all the right healthy steps, or if you're a diabetic with chronic condition, we can help you effectively manage that too.
And you've grown very impressively. What do you think's been sort of the biggest challenge? Has it been around the technology itself? Has it been around regulation? What's been the challenge?
You know, I would say the biggest challenge really is, you know, the healthcare industry in and of itself, especially in the United States, is incredibly fragmented and incredibly complicated. And so I would say one of the biggest challenges has been kind of getting that support of the healthcare system, but we've pushed through. I mean, literally, as you can see on that last slide, the kind of companies and clients that we're working with, you know, ultimately, all of those health plans have been trying to deliver this digital vision themselves for years and have not been able to do it. And our timing has been really impeccable. So this time they're like, okay, we'll just use Sharecare for our solution versus what we've been trying to build ourselves.
And I mean, you want to be global.
We want to be global. We're launching in. We're actually launching in partnership with Sul America in Brazil. So right now we're available in the United States, but that'll be in first quarter of next year. We'll actually be in Brazil, and our goal is to have a lot of global relationships by 2019.
Where next after Brazil?
Well, and through one of our acquisitions, we actually have a partnership in Australia and France. Mm-hmm. So we already have offices there. So that would probably be the next likely places. Then, you know, I would love to come back to Lisbon, so maybe we should do Portugal.
Absolutely, just for the weather.
Yes.
And I mean, how about regulation in each country must be so difficult to deal with. How are you dealing with that? Are you talking to regulators? Are you talking to politicians? How are those conversations going?
Yes, well, and you know, certainly in the United States, we have a very active group that focuses on all of the regulatory environment. You know, actually in some of the other countries I just named, i.e. France, where it's a single payer system, it's actually going to be much less complicated to roll out our solution because we don't have to worry about bringing together all of the fragmentation.
Okay. And I mean, the danger for most investors who are trying to make technological investments is they're always worried about their products becoming obsolete. What are you going to do to, you know, combat that? Well,
you know, I think that's a big advantage that we have at Sharecare, and it's certainly not one that we started with, but because we've raised over $300 million, and we've actually spent $500 million on building out this platform, you know, through equity with all of these different acquisitions we've done. You know, I think our ability to stay in front of the technology is something that we have scale to be able to do that, the dollars to be able to do that, and we have a very visionary CEO who literally is able to see around the corners.
Good skill.
Yes.
And what type of investors should back your product?
Well, so far to date, we've actually done a very specific investment strategy. We started with the living room, right? So we had Oprah and Dr. Oz and Discovery Channel and Hearst because it was important for us to be able to really understand and engage with the consumer. Then we went to the exam room. So as I mentioned, HCA and about 10 other hospital systems have invested in us. And then lastly, we're in the workplace. So we're starting to work with health plans and large insurers are coming in and being investors in Sharecare. So we've been very methodical in how we've approached our investment strategy.
And as a final question, in terms of how you've pushed your growth, has it been through acquisitions? Can you just describe that a bit more?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
In terms of how you've grown, has it been mostly through acquisitions? What's been your strategy?
Well, it's really been a function of getting the technology that we wanted to have to be able to integrate into this single platform. So it's been a lot of technology-focused acquisitions. And now that we have scale, because we have customers like HMSA and Care First in place, and now they're taking us out to tens of millions of users, you know, I think we'll be able to sort of go into an organic growth mode now.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for your time today.
Okay, great.
Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2. So. Ladies and gentlemen, for our next panel, please give a huge round of applause to Stuart Noakes from Lincolnverse.